Hello YouTube, today at powerjackrepair.org we got an Asus G703GS. The problem is the connector. We specialize in replacing the connectors on laptops and laptop motherboards. If you send us just the motherboard, it's $60 to replace this connector. As you can see right here, you can see that the center black circle is broken and you could see pins in there. This is the replacement part, which we have in stock at all times. We also sell it from our website. The website is not this one, this is the repair service, but the website should be below in the description where you could get this part. Again, our specialty are just those connectors. This is a video number 1000 something. So we have done tens of thousands of those connector replacements over the years. The reason I want to make this video is the reason why you're gonna break this piece here is simply because your tip of the cord is crooked in a way so that there is an inner pin inside that's supposed to be dead center. And you can see it, but instead of being dead center, it's crooked to the side. And when you shove that crooked to the side pin into this connector right here, you basically break that inner black circle. I don't think I would be able to do much about this tip, and the client will probably need to buy another power supply. The power supply is 14 amps, and the model is ADP-280BBB. All right, I don't have power supplies like that in stock. I do have the tips like that in stock. Problem is those tips of mine, they have a really low gauging rating. They're not going to be able to handle 14 amps. So I might be able to just cut this guy off, put another tip on it, and it might work for like maybe a month, but it's really not something that I want to provide to the client, because they're going to complain in about a month saying that the jack is bad again, even though it's not the jack, it's the tip that doesn't have a big gauging like that. Well, gauging is small, but the wire is big. The gauging you measure from down up, you don't measure it from top down, so to speak. So it's probably gonna have something like this thickness right here. So as you can see, this is a lower gauge wire than this one. You see how thin this is, even though this is one of the highest quality wires there is. This is probably what is it, 18 gauge. This is probably a 14 gauge right here, 14 gauge, maybe even 12 gauge. All right. So anyways, the reason I want to make this video is that this is not an easy job. And I can pretty much tell, I got 1000+ videos on this channel of different laptop makes and models. And this particular model, I mean, the reason I show you this video so you can, for one, you can do it yourself. Two is if you can do it yourself, you can send it this way, I could do it for you. But this connector, I don't think anyone, I mean, maybe 1 out of 100 people would be able to do this connector properly. And the reason I want to tell you this is that don't try to do it at home, because even here, places that have done thousands of connectors over the last 20 years, only 1000 videos, I got 1000+ videos on this channel, and thousands of the repairs overall. This is not a connector you want to start working with, because you're probably going to damage the motherboard. And I can tell you that this is not easy job, and this is not a smooth repair. So let me show you what's involved and why this is not gonna go like that, like 999 other videos that was done before. Again, the connector is pretty big, the gauging is pretty thick, the board is pretty thick. The solder that they use is go figure, it doesn't want to melt. So the whole thing is basically, the easiest thing you can do is take it apart. Don't touch the motherboard, pack it well, ship it away. I will try to do my best to put a new connector in. And again, if you try to put your fingers into doing this board, you might mess up the traces. Once you mess up the traces, the you're pretty much done on this laptop. So expensive laptop, don't try to do it at home. Alrighty, so we put some flux on top of the connector. We put the hot air on top of everything here. We add a little bit more solder pretty much to all of the connections here. And the reason we add the solder is so that the new solder gonna mix with the old solder, and that's gonna drop the melting temperature. Plus, my solder is leaded based solder, and the one on the laptop is unleaded based solder. I'm not sure if unleaded is the keyword here, but it's the solder that melts at much higher temperatures. So I'm just trying to drop the melting point of the entire thing. All right. Okay. Let's see if we can take this guy out of here. All right, let's go. Come on. Come on. Nope, doesn't want to even bulge. That's the reason I tell you, leave it to the people who deal with it every single day. All right. Alrighty. Okay. Looks good. Alrighty. So once we got the connector out, what we want to do is suck all of the remaining solder from the connection points. And the way how to suck it is basically by using the desoldering quick. The only problem is you probably need more solder in there because the solder didn't get mixed properly. The new solder and the old solder didn't mix properly. All right, let's go. Come on. Nope. All right, so what you want to do is you want to add some solder to this equation. That way, your solder going to be mixed properly. All right. So come on. All right, so once you mix everything properly, it should be good. All right, let's flip the board over. Let's add some leaded base solder here. right, so once we added the deleted base solder here, now is a good time to suck all of that stuff out. And the solder doesn't want to flow. Again, that's the reason I'm telling you that if the solder doesn't want to flow, oh, wow, wow, that's a lot of heat. Why is it backfired at me so much? I wonder. Really strange. Careful with the heat. I got burned. Oh, okay, the board is rotated, okay. And the holder got rotated. Come on. Melt already. That doesn't want to melt. Doesn't want to melt. All right, so I got one trick up my sleeve. Let me show it to you. All right. So yeah, you see how hard it is to get all of the solder out of the motherboard. Alrighty. And people can't read our website, where I pretty much state that please send us a text message. But people can't read or write nowadays, so you have to listen to beautiful music from... All right, so they probably stopped calling because they read that please send us a text message. All right, good job. I mean, I understand everybody wants a 5-star business. Everybody wants to have a secretary to answer their phone call, but there is no such thing as secretary. It's 2022. Subaru doesn't even want to open up a factory in the United States because McDonald's pays better than a factory of Subaru can pay to its employees. So, unfortunately, if you want to talk to somebody, call your shrink. They're probably gonna charge like 100 something, $200 an hour, maybe 300. I don't know how much would the shrink cost. All right. So the thing is, I'm pretty much almost done. The only thing that's not working out for me is this little tiny hole right there. But again, you see, if it's so hard to do it for me, you can only imagine how hard it's going to be doing, how long the job is going to take if you're going to do it yourself. All right. So it seems like everything is nice and clean. Okay, good job. Good job. Okay, let's shut down the hot air. Let's remove all of the insulation and make sure that none of the components got desoldered from the motherboard. All right, was good. All right, so the only thing is right here. All right, we got some excess stuff right there. Right here. All right, good job. Okay, good job. Now we find a brand new connector. We install it in place. Oh, by the way, I want to compare the new one and the old one. Identical layout. All right. And it doesn't want to go in because it's supposed to go other way. Like that. And it doesn't want to go in. Let's see, where is the solder? Oh, okay. I can see one spot right here on the right hand side where we still need to do some desoldering. All right, now that I inserted the new connector inside, I was able to remove all of the extra solder inside of the holes. Took some time. I mean, you've seen the flux I'm using all the time, but for this particular job, I have to use this particular flux. It's a lot more toxic. I cannot recommend this product to anybody because you're probably not going to do proper ventilation, but it's extremely toxic flux, this guy. And I will just stay away from that flux altogether. I don't like it. I mean, it causes cancer, so to speak. Well, it does for sure. And there's a lot of cleanup after that. But in order to make a good solid connection here, I have to kind of use this flux because no other flux can get this thing. No other flux can get this stuff to solder properly, this particular connector. Again, I hardly ever pull out this flux out of the storage, but I guess this is the time to pull it out. So all right, so what I'm doing is I'm pressing down on top of the connector in order for me to make a solid connection. And yes, I'm soldering from the top side right now because I need the bottom solder to penetrate better into the upper side once the top is soldered. Okay, that's a good soldering skills here. I don't want to smell this guy again, so I'm rotating it inside of the exhaust chamber. Well, what I want to do is I want to put some pressure onto this guy, but it doesn't seem like I'm getting enough pressure there. Well, let's do something like that. Okay. Like that. Okay, good job. All right, again, let's do... Let's take this flux again. Whole bunch of flux because again, this is really hard to solder as well. Not only desolder, but also solder it up. Okay, I think that's gonna be plenty of flux. Really, really, really toxic stuff. So careful. And I basically don't advise you to use it to begin with. All right. Let's solder this guy up. All right. No. On the last solder joint, the two contacts right there got shorted. Okay. I need to clean up this mess. All right, like that. And like that. Good job. Okay. Looks really good to me. And that's pretty much how we replace the connector. Trust me, it worth the money. Please check the website before shipping it away because the prices might change because of the inflation. And here. Good. All right, so just some cleaning up because this flux is extremely reactive and you have to clean it well so that nothing would rust on the motherboard later on. All right, beautiful. Beautiful. Let's do one more time. All right, I'm out of cleaning solution. All right, but this is basically how the final product looks like. Right here, like that. And the new connect, well, the old connector is here someplace. Right here, that's the old connector. All right. Alrighty, friends. Switch it back to the other camera. Hopefully I didn't forget to switch the cameras back and forth. And this is the final product. Like that. What I want to do is I want to see that nothing is shorting. And where is my voltmeter? Right here. Let's put this guy here. Like that, and... Okay, so all of the negatives are working. And the positives are working as well. All right, so we don't have a shortage here, meaning once we assemble everything, everything should be working fine. Don't forget to reapply the new thermal paste here and here. Otherwise, your CPU or GPU gonna fry. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please leave a like, subscribe, and you guys take care and have a good day. Thank you. Bye.